Nashville, Tennessee, and Chicago, Illinois. Two great cities just east of the Mississippi where the sister and brother, family-owned freelance design business called Simon & Moose operate remotely. Nashville is where Simone lives, aka Simon, and Chicago is where Cedric lives.
Wait. Sorry to interrupt. I just think it's pretty important to clarify that I'm actually not from downtown Chicago. I'm from the northwest suburbs. I just don't want any real Chicagoans attacking me online. Anyways, continue with your intro.
Oh, okay. Well, and in the burbs of Chicago where Cedric lives, aka Moose.
While we're at it, hey Moose, tell him how you got your name.
No, this is a very serious interview.
Come on, I'll tell him if you don't.
Fine. Because look at me. I'm strong like a moose.
Actually, it's because puberty hit you really hard.
That's not nice.
Sorry. Okay, do your intro.
All right, well, thank you. As I was saying, they both have full-time jobs but use freelance to keep themselves creative and accountable to continue learning. Simone, tell us a bit more about this.
Well, working two jobs, one full-time at Smile Direct Club and the other freelancing under Simon & Moose, gave me an opportunity to explore a different skill set and play with the things I'm passionate about on the side. Back in college, Simon & Moose was a way to earn extra cash and gave me a chance to expand on my design skills and apply them in real-life situations. Today, it's still kind of the same thing, a way to earn extra cash because student loans are so real, but I think it gives me a chance to challenge myself creatively and ensure I keep growing and learning. Which, by the way, a little side note, I don't feel like I got as much value out of school if I'm being completely honest. Our professors didn't seem super invested in us as students and the material was pretty outdated. So I guess you could say my time at school taught me how to figure out stuff for myself, which is not necessarily what you'd expect from school, but I found to be a super valuable skill and what led to starting Simon & Moose. What about you, Cedric?
I mean, school was definitely really valuable to me. I learned to refine my design skills, but really more than anything, I learned how to work really hard. For example, I was at school in the studio until about midnight every night, just really trying to get my work to where I was really happy with it. You know, pushing myself creatively. And that really taught me the value of taking the time to get things right.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't trade the experience for anything. I did learn a lot, but man, those student loans. Ugh. Anyways, back to the point. I really enjoy working both jobs and how it keeps me on my toes and ensures I keep learning and growing. Don't get me wrong, I love working at Smile Direct Club. I feel super lucky to get to do what I do there every day. I started there when it was a super small startup, and I've watched it grow into this huge company that's changing people's lives every day.
Yeah, same here. I actually work at the Northbrook Public Library during the day full time, and then Simon & Moose nights and weekends. And I know what you're thinking. Library. Snooze fest, right?
Shh.
I won't lie, I thought the same thing, but it's not like that at all. It's been quite the adventure trying to work my creative preferences into a place that isn't always looking for something crazy or wild from a design standpoint. And that's why I use Simon & Moose to stay fresh. As much as we both love our full-time jobs, there's definitely parts that can become hard, tedious, and sometimes stressful. And that's why I love learning and growing with Simon & Moose. Because it really makes me better at both jobs. Besides, I'm having fun, and I love it.
Is it hard? Absolutely, but I keep boundaries. When I'm at Smile Direct Club, I'm 100% there. And when I get home, I'm working on Simon & Moose stuff 2 to 3 hours on the weekdays, and then I hit it pretty hard on the weekends, probably 9 to 3. Is it worth it? I think so. Just like I mentioned, back in school, I learned I need to do a little extra to continue to grow. I feel the same as a professional. In order to keep improving, to better myself at both jobs, I need to keep pushing myself outside of just the 9 to 5. When do you sleep? At night? Like most people. Because I set a routine and boundaries and I stick to it. I try to end my day at 8 p.m. most weekdays. I go over sometimes, but this is what I shoot for. This gives me a chance to cook dinner, prepare meals for the next day, and kick my feet up for a little bit before I hit the hay. It's super easy to go overboard and work till like 1 or 2 in the morning because you love what you do, but let's be honest, that's just not realistic or healthy. When I don't live by this routine, I get anxious and I'm prone to depression, and I am not a delight to be around. So truly, as a service to others, I stick to this routine and I make sure my work lives within these parameters I've set.
100%. I love my job and I love libraries, and I think that they're really important to communities. And it's definitely super rewarding to be part of that. But there's a level of restraint that comes when you're designing for a place that's open to the entire community. With that said though, I don't always have the chance to get way out there with my design, which is why working a studio on the side gives me a really great creative release to do things that are kind of crazy and out there. But it's nice to have a full-time job because I get to be a little bit choosier with what I work on, and I get to work on projects that really fuel my passion for design. Just like Simone said, it only makes me better at both. I truly believe that.
We're still trying to figure out this full-time, freelance, brother, sister, Simon Moose thing out, but man, who cares? We're having fun. And I often forget that we've had totally different experiences learning art and design. He's definitely at a better starting point than I was coming out of school, but he's got a lot to learn when it comes to all the business things. It feels really cool to be a part of his figuring all this out. But he's only a couple years behind me, so I'm sure I'm gonna be learning a lot from him soon. Cedric's pretty talented. Cut that out.
That's why we need more mentors in the world like Simone. Because I definitely wouldn't be where I am without her. Love you, sis.
Love you, brother. Proud of you. Is it worth it? No, that was not right. I feel like I was doing Missy Elliott. Is it worth it? I'm working.
Every single night, just pushing myself creatively to get my work to where I was happy with it. You know, just really pushing. Oh my gosh. I think it's nice because in a full-time job, you do a lot of really cool design, but you don't get to do things that are necessarily right up your loophole. Loophole? Loophole? What's the loophole? Why did I say loophole?
Right up your loophole.
What is the word? There's like a word with the
That is the greatest thing
right up your alley. That's what I was thinking. Okay, you don't get to work on things that are up your alley. Sure. Loophole. Where did that word come from?
Oh man.